There he goes. Now he's gonna pull. All right, y'all, welcome back. So we're gonna be fishing the Kentucky River today in our little John boat. We're here below one of the dams, and today might turn into kind of a multi-species day. We brought all different kinds of rods with us. We're gonna do some catfishing, maybe some sauger fishing. We might fish for white bass. So we're gonna back the boat in and we'll explain a little bit more about what we're gonna be doing. Another, oh my gosh. All right, so we pulled up here to the dam and I've made just a couple casts and I've already caught some small skipjack. They seem to be pretty thick over here against this wall, so we're gonna catch us, I don't know, 15 or 20 of them, enough to fish with, maybe a few to take home and put in the freezer. Because these things are just a lot of fun to catch, and as most of y'all know, it's some of the best catfish bait in the world. There's two of them. Little one on top's a little better. All right, so to catch these skipjacks, you can basically use anything you would use to catch crappie or white bass, just any kind of small jig. I've just got some 1/16 ounce jig heads with some little soft plastic minnow style baits on here. I like to put two of them on there, at least two, sometimes three. Now, if you run multiple jigs, you do have a chance at catching multiple fish because the skipjack are a fish that school up real tight. So a lot of times you'll catch a skipjack on every jig that you've got tied on. But I think it also helps get their attention a little bit, having multiple jigs. It just creates a little bit more flash, a little more disturbance in the water. But yeah, they're biting pretty good. We're gonna catch a few more and then we're gonna change things up. And I don't know if we're gonna do some catfishing, some sauger fishing. We might do it all at the same time. I don't know. We're just out here to have fun, and so far it's been a blast. I'll just leave the cooler open when they're biting like this. No need to shut the lid. Well, this was worth coming right here. This has already made my day. We don't get to catch skipjack in Kentucky all the time like they do in a lot of other places, so they're kind of a treat here when you can get on them like this. Even though they're not real big, that's still a perfect size piece of bait to get a couple baits out of. All right, so we got us plenty of bait caught up, so we're not gonna keep any more. We might catch a few just for fun, throw them back, but don't wanna waste any of them. So I'm gonna do a little vertical jigging here off the bottom. I got like a 3/4 ounce jig head, just a little jig that I tied up myself here. And I'm gonna put a little piece of one of those fresh skipjacks on there, just a little fillet. Now, when you're fishing below a dam or anytime you're in some current, you can bounce a jig like that off the bottom and catch about anything. But the main thing I'm really trying to catch right here is sauger. It's probably still a little early in the year to be catching them in good numbers here below the dams, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. We're gonna run up here to the dam and I'll just let the boat drift back and I'll just bounce this off the bottom as we're drifting back with the current. Drum there. Yeah, big old drum. If I caught a sauger at pull like that, I'd be in good shape. Hey, that's still a lot of fun though. There's some hard pulling fish right there.
You know?
Alright. Man, that hook is in there. We ain't got no pliers to do it. Alright, there he is. Yeah, pretty nice drum. He put up a good fight on that light action rod. Feels like a channel cat, but I don't know for sure. Oh, I got him snagged, that's why. Another drum. There must be a pile of drum right there. It's the same spot I hooked the other one.
Looks like I tried to hit it with the wrong end.
All right, so we messed around up at the dam for a couple hours, had a lot of fun, caught a bunch of skipjack and some drum. Never did find any sauger. So we moved down from the dam probably about a quarter mile, and we've anchored up on the first deep hole. It's about 25 foot deep, but everything else around here is real shallow. So it's really the first deep water once you leave the dam. I've caught good fish here in the past, so we're gonna chunk up some of this skipjack and throw 4 pieces of bait out here behind us. We're gonna use our medium action rods with some 3-way rigs. Yeah, I think we got just enough current to hold us straight here. It looks like probably about 0.5. So not much, but just enough in this light wind. I think it'll work out. See if I can hang this in this tree over here. Yeah, so we only brought 4 rods with us today, which is plenty for what we're doing. If there's any fish here, 4 rods, they'll find it. A lot of people ask me questions about, you know, why I use so many rods and how's that legal. It's unlimited rods here in Kentucky. I rarely throw more than 6 rods. I know a lot of people that throw 10, 12, 14. Yeah, there's a lot of wood cover down in there, so we're definitely going to lose some tackle here more than likely. But oh, that was a gar right there, wasn't it? Yeah, hopefully them gar will leave us alone, but there's a bunch of them up in here. Anytime you get close to any of the dams here on the Kentucky River, the gar's gonna drive you crazy. We're gonna launch this one out in the middle for maybe a big blue be cruising out there. All right, so we're gonna give this spot about 30 minutes. If nothing happens here, there's a few more spots within probably a mile or so that I like. So yeah, we're just gonna bounce around till we find a good fish. Hopefully we'll find him before it gets dark, because it's gonna get cold tonight. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there he is, buried. Get him. What'd you do with the camera? What's he feel like? Anything to him? All right, so we had just sat down after getting these baits out. One of them got slammed here. I don't think it's gonna be a giant fish. It looked like a 80-pounder bit the way that rod went down, but these rods, there's not nothing, is he? Don't let him get in the boat. We need a net. Oh, that's a good fish, yeah. To just now put our baits out, I feel good about it. All right, I guess we're gonna need a net for that one, ain't we? If we catch a real big fish, we're gonna have a problem, because we got a net that'll probably a max 40, 50 pounder fit in this net. All right. Oh, we got a bungee cord hanging. Oh, is he hooked good? Have you seen? He just got me wet. All right, let's see if we can get him in here. I'm not used to these little nets. All right, I'll let you handle him there. Be careful of that net, because them kind there will break pretty easy. Well, it's been a while since we pulled an old blue over the side of this boat, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hook is buried in there. All right, so what a great way to start the day. It's a dang good fish. Nothing wrong with that. If I had to guess, I'd say he's probably 17, 18 pounds, something like that. You can go ahead and get him back in the water. Yeah, so I don't know if that was just luck or what, but we had just sat down after putting our baits out, and that rod got laid down pretty good. That was a nice fish. I don't know if that was just one fish cruising up the river and we just got lucky, or maybe there's some fish laying down in here. So we'll give it a little while and find out. All right, we'll bring them in.
It seems like.
It's far enough down where it won't be loud.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give it 30 minutes. What was that, a turkey?
I didn't hear nothing.
It sounded like a tree fell, which basically is the same sound as a turkey trying to fly. All right, so we've hit a couple more spots after catching that first fish. We haven't had anything but just a few bites, so we're gonna run back up towards that dam. There's a spot up there I like to fish, probably 200 yards downstream from the dam. It's pretty shallow water, but I think this time of day here, right before dark, there's a chance there could be some good fish moving around up there. So that's the plan. It's getting cold, we're getting hungry, but we're gonna give it another hour or so, try to get a good fish. So this is the second takedown we've had in about 5 minutes, so we might have made a good decision coming back up here to the dam. I don't know how big he is, but I'm not feeling a lot of shaking, so that's a good sign. He definitely took the rod down hard and peeled some drag in the rod holder. He's not pulling very hard, but we're only in a few feet of water here, so there's really nowhere he can go. We'll know when we get him up here to the boat. It's only about 10 foot deep right here where we're at. I never fish shallow water like this, but at nighttime, close to a dam, you know, I don't mind fishing some shallow water. What's going on? He's already up on top. Must not be too big. He never has pulled any. Probably a gar. Now, if it's a gar, he'd be going crazy probably. Oh, it's a wrapped up something. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, now he's gonna pull. Back off that drag a little bit. It's another one. I don't think it's as big as the one you caught, but it's a good fish. He is all. I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, solid fish, isn't it? Oh, that's not the right net. That ain't gonna do me no good. Yeah, that little net, if we hook a big fish out here, we're gonna be in trouble. Even fish that size is about all this net wants. That's another solid fish. This has turned out to be a pretty good day. We've had a lot of fun out here today. Brings back a lot of good memories fishing in this little John boat. Need to do it more often. Yeah, solid fish, heck yeah. That warmed me up a little bit. I was starting to get cold, but man, every time I see that rod go down like that, I get fired up. Just slipping back in here. But yeah, like I said, it feels good to be back out here in this little John boat. I've done some work to it over the past, I don't know, over the summer. I put a new, well, it's actually not a new sonar, but I ordered another cradle and another power cord, so I can just pop this 10-inch Garmin here off my other boat and just set it right down in this boat when I want to go fishing. That made more sense than buying a whole nother unit, you know, and I had an extra transducer already, so. And then I got the GPS module in the trolling motor now, so we got spot lock and all that stuff, so this boat's basically got everything my other boat's got now, so. I definitely enjoy fishing out of this little boat on these small rivers like this, or just something about it. That's, you know, that's what I started out doing. And I think a lot of you guys have missed it as well, you know. I see comments all the time, people wanting to see us out here fishing out of this boat again, doing what we used to do, you know, and I have missed it. We're gonna get back to that. I love fishing the big rivers, you know, fishing for huge fish all the time, you know, that's all fun, but there's just something about getting out here on these little rivers in this little boat, just having fun. All right, so this is gonna be our last spot of the night, but after catching that fish and having a couple more good takedowns, I think we've decided we're gonna move up a little closer to the dam. There's a little bit of a hole up here. We're just gonna spot lock above it, throw some bass down in it. Now the audio is probably gonna be trash. You're probably not gonna be able to hear much because the water's gonna be loud up there, but we'll give it 15 minutes or so and see if there's anything down there. All right, y'all, so that's gonna do it for, oh God. All right, y'all, so we ended up getting cold and hungry. We didn't stay in that last spot very long at all. Went ahead and called it a day, but we had a lot of fun out there today. Caught some pretty good fish, and it felt good to be back out there on the Kentucky River again in our little John boat. You know, that's kind of how we started this channel. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think we're gonna do a whole lot more of this kind of stuff soon. So thank you guys for watching. God bless, and we'll see you next time.